Now we are going live. We are live now. We still have 1 minute. Okay, we'll start. Good evening, everyone. And Forum to Enjoy English Language and R.S. Mule Dharampet Arts and Commerce College welcome you all for today's session, which is again on grammar. And we have with us Dr. Shraddha Deshpande. Yesterday, friends, we all enjoyed grammar, and you know how she made grammar very easy and interesting for us. So today we have another interesting session on root words, prefixes, and suffixes, and that will help us to enrich our vocabulary, understand difficult words, and even help us solving unseen passages, and even help us in competitive exams also. So if you want to enhance your reading speed, if you want to know the different origins of word, you are at the right place, and Shraddha Deshpande is going to make things easier for you. So we welcome Dr. Shraddha, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, one and all present here today. I'm very happy to see you again today on the very consecutive day of learning grammar. And I congratulate all of you who are present here and will be patiently listening to me. And of course, you will be interacting with me on the chat box like yesterday. So it will not be a very serious, but a very fun loving session. So I will start with my sharing my presentation. Ma'am, if you could enable me. Manjushri ma'am, if you could.
Yes, yes, yes. Now you are the co-host. You can share your screen.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. I think the screen is visible now.
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Yes. Thank you. So today, students, we are going to learn suffixes, prefixes, and root words. So let us begin with a suffix. What is a suffix? A suffix is a letter or a group of letters added at the end of a word which makes a new word. So how an when some part of words added to or original word makes a new word, we are going to see this. Let us see few examples here. Now here we have some original words like forget, state, complicate, and when we add full, meant, and iron to these original words, we get new words. So which are these new words? Forget plus full become forgetful, state plus meant will become statement, complicate plus iron will become complication. So here From the original words, when we add few another group of words, alphabets to the original one, we get new words. Now, what are these new words? The new word is most often a different word class from the original word. So, the meaning of the original word is different from the new word that we have right now seen. For example, the suffix full has changed the verb to adjective. आपने देखा होगा forget, ये basically ये verb है, that is to forget, and how when we add full to this verb it has become an adjective. Similarly, when we add meant and ion to the words, it changes from word to noun. तो बेसिकली जब भी हम वर्ड्स को कंबाइन करते हैं तो उनका ओरिजिनल मीनिंग चेंज होके कोई दूसरा मीनिंग बन जाता है. There are different types of suffixes, so let us first see noun suffixes. What are these? I'm just going to share you few examples where you can add these set of words to the original word. For example, age, al, al, HOOD and TY. So how we are going to get new words when we add these suffixes to the original word. Now basically even these suffixes have got a certain meanings to it. For example, जब हम AGE add करते हैं किसी word को तो वो condition बताता है. कैसी condition बताता है? Let us see. Leak age, बॉन्डेज, मैरिज, ये एक तरीके की कंडीशंस है जो हमको बताते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल नेक्स्ट इज ए एल. व्हेन वी एड ए एल टू अ वर्ड इट शोज अस एन एक्शन. कोई एक्शन हो रही है. एग्जाम्पल देखते हैं. डिनायल, डिनाई को हम ऐड करेंगे ए एल तो डिनायल होगा. रिमूव को ए एल ऐड करेंगे तो रिमूवल होगा. एंड अप्रूव को ए एल ऐड करेंगे तो अप्रूवल होगा. तो ये एक एक्शन है. Next is hood. Now, hood is such a suffix, it means state of being. Again, we are going to see few examples like boyhood, childhood, manhood. So, there are different stages or state of beings. When we add HOOD to a word, it gives us more different words, that is boyhood, childhood, and manhood. And the last one is TY. When you add TY to a word, it states quality or again state. For example, flexibility, flexible से होता है flexibility, sensible से होता है sensibility, and frailty. If I would like students to add more words of by adding AGE, AL, HOOD, and TY to the words. If you could write in the chat box, I will be very happy so that you will be able to share from your side and your vocabulary will be increased. If you are able to share more words adding AGE, AL, HOOD and TY. These are few examples of noun suffixes that I am discussing here. It will be helpful for others also to understand these suffixes. Yes. Now let us see move on to verb suffixes. These verbs, these suffixes are ATE. When we add ATE to a word, particularly a verb, it tells you that something is being done or is doing. For example, captivate, we are adding ATE to a word. It means captivate, annihilate, and exterminate. So there are different meanings to every suffix that we add to a word. The next is FY. When we add FY to a verb, it means we are making something. We are making something out of the word. That is to rectify, to simplify, amplify. So these are few rules you actually the more you read, the more you use the language, तभी आपको इस चीज की एक्चुअली प्रैक्टिस होगी और तब आपको ये रूल्स एक्चुअली ध्यान रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. अपने आप आपको ये सारे रूल्स आ जाएंगे. बट एट द वेरी बिगिनिंग यू रियली नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दीज रूल्स एंड फॉलो दीज रूल्स. द मोर यू प्रैक्टिस अपने आप आपको ये सारी चीजें आ जाएंगी. The next is IZE. When we add IZD to a verb, we say it becomes. For example, humanize, organize, socialize. So again, I would like students to add ate, fy, and izd to few verbs that can make some more words. I can see here in the chat box, students are writing the answers. I am very happy. Sakshi, Vinny, Yash, Mona, thank you so much. I cannot count the names of the, rather, I could not say the names of all the students, but they are actively participating, and I'm very happy about it. Thank you so much. Keep doing it, students. Next are adjective suffixes. Again, it relates to adjectives. When we add these suffixes to adjectives, we get new words. So, which are these? Basically, again, there is a condition. Able means capable of being something. Okay, so these examples are presentable. How is the person? He is presentable. Adjective tells us more about the noun. So, presentable. Readable. How is the book? It is readable. It is telling us more about the noun. It is an adjective, and adjective suffix is able. Believable. Okay, some more examples if you could add for adjective suffixes, kindly note down and write it in the chat box. Very good. I'm very happy. The next is ed. So when you add ed, what is the condition? It tells us about the quality of the noun. For example, gifted, talented, learned. So we have, when we add ed to these words, we get these new words that tells us about क्वालिटी. क्वालिटी के बारे में हमको बताते हैं, नाउन के क्वालिटी के बारे में जब हमको बताते हैं, इसका मतलब है एडजेक्टिव सफिक्सेस है. नेक्स्ट इज en. सो व्हाट डज en मीन? इट मीन्स मेड अप, मेड ऑफ, इसका बना हुआ है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, गोल्डन, wooden, again woolen. It is telling us more about the noun. How is the thing? It is golden. The ring is golden. The table is wooden. The cloth is woolen. So it tells more us about the noun. So it is adjective, and en is the adjective suffix that has been added to the word to make a new word. I hope you are all understanding. If you are understanding, please type S in the chat box so that I will continue my lecture. If you are understanding, अगर आपको समझ में आ रहा है तो प्लीज आप yes टाइप कीजिए so that I will continue with my next PPT. Yes. So there is a little confusion between this particular suffix, and that is ISE and IZE. So a very small tip I would like to give, there are many more such words that students get confused. One example I am taking here is in American English, verbs end with IZE. For whereas in British English, the spelling changes to ISE. The spelling changes to ISE. So basically, IZE suffix and ISE suffix both are correct, but only you need to know if you are using American English or you are using British English. In American English, when you write words like finalize, realize, emphasize, standardize, you have to use the spelling of IZE. Whereas when you say that you are beginning your writing with British English, you have to use ISE. That is, here the spelling changes from IZE to ISE. Okay, you can see the words, it is there in the presentation, how the spellings have changed because American English is different from British English, whereas both the English words are same. It is up to you, or it depends on what kind of English is expected from you. Next are types of suffixes. Now let us see the first type, consonant suffixes. Now what are consonants? You all know consonant sounds. Okay, so let us see these suffixes here that ends with, sorry, these suffixes are ly, nes, ful, ment, L-E-S-S. I will repeat. L-Y-N-E-S-S, F-U-L, M-E-N-T, L-E-S-S. So these are all consonants, consonant sounds, and that is why they are called as consonant suffixes. Let us see some vowel suffixes here with vowel sounds: es, ing, ed, age, ish. So these are all having vowel sounds. I'll repeat: es, ing, ed, age, ish. So there are different categories like consonant suffixes and vowel suffixes. So now let us go and see some of the rules of suffixes, how we are going to use these rules. Rule number 1: add a consonant suffix directly to the base word. What does this mean? इसका मतलब क्या होता है? कंसोनेंट सफिक्स को आपको डायरेक्टली वर्ड के साथ जोड़ना है. हमने अभी देखा कंसोनेंट सफिक्स कौन से हैं. आई विल गो बैक, एक बार और फिर से देख लेते हैं. LYNESS, FULMENT, LESS, ये है कंसोनेंट सफिक्स. तो इनको कैसे करना है? हमको डायरेक्टली बेस वर्ड को ऐड करना है. देखते हैं हम कैसे हैं. माउथ इज द बेस वर्ड हियर, एंड FUL ये क्या है? F is a consonant sound, that is why it is a consonant suffix. तो उसको डायरेक्टली हमको बेस वर्ड या फिर रूट वर्ड से ऐड करना है, एंड इट विल बिकम माउथफुल. लेट अस टेक फ्यू मोर एग्जांपल्स. अगर आपको कुछ एग्जांपल्स और पता है तो यू कैन पुट इट इन द चैट बॉक्स, एंड आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर more examples with you right now. So let us see. Sadness, again NESS is a consonant suffix. When you add, you can directly add sad plus NESS, you will get sadness. Partnership, again is SHIP is basically a consonant suffix. Okay. The next is fearless. LESS is again a consonant suffix. So you can directly add fear plus less, fearless. Partner plus ship, partnership. Sad plus ness, sadness. So this is rule number 1 of the suffix. If you could write more examples, I will be very happy. I am watching the chat box, and students are giving examples. So very good students, carry on. Sahil, Ritika, Monu, very good. Carry on. The next rule, rule number 2 tells us, check the base word before adding a vowel suffix. अभी vowel suffix भी हमने देखे हैं, AGE, ING, ED. Okay, so these are the vowel suffix जो हमने देखे हैं. If you want, I can go back and revise it once again so that आपको ES, ING, ED, AGE, and ISH. These are vowel suffix. So we are going to talk about these vowel suffix now. Okay. So what is the rule number 2? Check the base word before adding a vowel suffix. If the base word ends in two consonants, consonants पता है आपको? Two consonants, just add the vowel suffix. Let us see this example. Jump. Jump here is a word जहाँ पे दो vowels, दो consonants हैं, M and P. They are ending with two consonants. Here you have to directly add the vowel suffix. Which is the vowel suffix? ING. So the word will become jumping. What is the rule number 2? If the base word ends in two consonants, you have to directly add the vowel suffix. Okay, jumping. Yes. If you could just add few examples from your side, I am going to share more. Don't worry. Sharpen. So R and P are the two consonants at the end of the word. You will add EN, directly EN, that is the vowel suffix to the word sharp. Second, active. Okay. Act, sorry, it has to be act plus IVE. CT is a consonant, two consonants at the end of the word. फिर से तो हम IEV को directly add कर देंगे इसको इसमें, तो active बन जाता है. And the last is enormity. Enorm plus ITY. Okay. Come on, let us, if you could add more examples, very good, very good. Examples are coming. Very nice. Rules of suffixes. The next rule is 111 rule. What is the rule? 111 rule. Now let us see this example, win. This word win, win, win. If the base word has one syllable, it is one syllable. ठीक है, वन शॉर्ट वोवेल, कौन सा है वन शॉर्ट वोवेल? आई ये वन शॉर्ट वोवेल है. और वन फाइनल कंसोनेंट, वन फाइनल कंसोनेंट कौन सा है? एन. जब ऐसा शब्द आता है जिस जो एक सिलेबल हो, वन शॉर्ट वोवेल हो और एंडिंग विथ वन कंसोनेंट हो, डबल द फाइनल कंसोनेंट बिफोर एडिंग द वोवेल सफिक्स. हमको सफिक्स तो ऐड करना है, ठीक है, वोवेल सफिक्स ऐड करना है. उसके पहले हमको क्या करना है? हमको जो कंसोनेंट है, उसका कंसोनेंट है एन, उसको डबल करना है. जैसे WINNING, तो एन को हमको डबल करना है और ING जो एक वोवेल सफिक्स है वो हमको ऐड करना है. I think you are getting these rules. One rule. I think everyone has must have understood this rule. Can I'll repeat it once again. One rule. Consider this example win. If the base word has one syllable, one short vowel, and one final consonant, double the final consonant. Final consonant कौन सा है? N. इसको हमको double करना है and add the vowel suffix, vowel ing suffix to the word. Rule number 3. Which is the rule number 3? Come on. If the base word ends in a single y, जब एक word single y से end होता है, you have to change that y to an I. हमको क्या करना है? बिफोर एडिंग द, ये इंपॉर्टेंट रूल है, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रूल. सो यू हैव टू चेंज द वाई टू एन आई बिफोर एडिंग द सफिक्स. हमको क्या करना है? वाई 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 को गुड बाय बोलना है, वाई को गुड बाय बोलना है और हमको आई को वेलकम करना है. सो सिली, लेट अस टेक दिस एग्जांपल. सिली ends with a consonant sound, that is y. So here when you will add NESS, it will become silliness. You have to delete Y and add NESS to the word. Before that, you have to add I to it. Yes. Now let us see what are the prefix. Suffixes are always added at the end of the word, as you have seen. Prefixes are added before the word. A prefix is a group of letters or an affix that's added to the beginning of the word. जैसे they can make a word negative, show repetition, or indicate opinion. So again, they have so many purpose. When we add these words to the word, उनके बहुत सारे अलग अलग पर्पस होते हैं, मीनिंग होते हैं जब हम ये प्रीफिक्स को एक वर्ड में ऐड करते हैं जिनसे दूसरा वर्ड बनता है. some sorry, okay, so let us see prefixes. Some of the most common prefixes in the English language are dis, dis, in, and un, which make words negative. Again, it will change the meaning of the original word, and it most of the times these particularly dis, in and un, ये जो prefixes हैं ये एक पॉजिटिव वर्ड को निगेटिव वर्ड में कन्वर्ट करते हैं. कैसे? एग्जाम्पल देखते हैं. फॉर इंस्टेंस, एडिंग द प्रीफिक्स अन टू द वर्ड काइंड creates the word unkind, meaning not kind. So most of the time it changes a positive word into a negative word. Can you give me a few examples of this, in, and un? I will wait for your answers to come. Please keep on writing your answers. I am very happy that students are giving answers. Yes, flying, meaning, virtuality, happiness, kindness. Very good. Very happy. Very good. If you could add words with adding prefixes as dis, in, and un, it will be great from your side. Which are the common prefixes? Few more common prefixes we are going to see. For example, re. Now, this prefix mostly indicates repetition. Like, for example, Adding re to the word builds means to build again. For example, like I'll give you the chance to write as many as words you can write from re. Come on, students, write words that begin with re. I'll tell you one word: recreate. Let us see how many can write from re. I'm waiting for you. If you could, the first one I told you, that is recreate, that is rebuilding again, creating again. So if you could write more of re, recreation, correct. Vineet is correct. Recreation. Few more words from re. I'm waiting. Reaction, correct. Reaction, okay. Few more words. Restore, very good, very good. Return, very nice. Let us go ahead. Rules of prefixes. Now let us see rules of for prefix. Rule number 1. When you add a prefix to a word, you shouldn't change the spelling of the original word or the prefix. You don't have to change the spelling at all. Let us see these examples. For example, appear. When you are adding dis to appear, हमको appear का स्पेलिंग बिल्कुल चेंज नहीं करना है, बस उसमें ऐड करना है. और एक एग्जांपल है हैप्पी का, अगर हमको प्रीफिक्स ऐड करना है un, तो यू जस्ट हैव टू ऐड un टू हैप्पी, इट विल बिकम अनहैप्पी. एंड डू को होता है undo. If you add un, it will become undo. So you don't have to change the spelling of the original word or the prefix. If you could give more examples like disappear or unhappy or undo, you can put it in the chat box. आप chat box में डाल सकते हो dis un के, और कोई words आपको अगर याद आ रहे होंगे तो. Next is, even this rule can be followed specifically when you have double consonants. Follow this rule even if the spelling results in double consonants. कैसे देखते हैं? Such as words in misspell. अब miss ये है prefix, spell एक another word है. आपको कुछ भी नहीं करना है, आपको miss और spell ये add करना है and make it misspell. Even if there are two consonants, repeat, you have to repeat that, you have to keep it like that. Irredeemable, okay, there are two r's, two consonant sounds, there are two r's. And cooperation, so you have to keep double o in cooperation. You don't have to remove those alphabets, you have to retain them there itself when there are two consonants or syllables. The next is rule number 2. You should use a hyphen when joining a prefix to a proper noun such as pro-American. अमेरिकन जैसे हमने देखा कल, प्रॉपर नाउन अमेरिकन, ये प्रॉपर नाउन है, ठीक है. सो व्हेन यू आर एडिंग अ प्रीफिक्स टू अ प्रॉपर नाउन, यू हैव टू ऐड हाइफन टू इट. आप अगर एग्जांपल्स दे सकते हो इसके तो और ऐड कीजिए, जहां पे हम एक प्रीफिक्स, एक नाउन, प्रॉपर नाउन को ऐड करेंगे, वहां पे हमको हाइफन ऐड करना है. स्मॉल डैश इज कॉल्ड एज हाइफन. यू हैव टू ऐड हाइफन to this particular word. The next is, there should always be a hyphen after the prefix self. जैसे यहाँ पे वर्ड बन गया सेल्फ एस्टीम. सो जब हम सेल्फ ये वर्ड यूज करते हैं, you always have to add hyphen to the next, before the next word, and make a new word, that is self esteem. थर्ड वर्ड एग्जाम्पल, ये सारे एग्जाम्पल्स दे रहे हो, देर आर हंड्रेड्स ऑफ एग्जाम्पल्स. दैट इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. आप जितना पढ़ोगे, रीडिंग करोगे, उतने वर्ड्स आपके सामने आएंगे और आपकी प्रैक्टिस होगी. आई एम जस्ट डिस्कसिंग फ्यू वर्ड्स हियर. And after the prefix ex, when it means former, here also you have to use ex. For example, ex-husband, so it means former. When you are using ex as a prefix, you have to add a hyphen after X and write another word to make a totally new word. So you can answer examples of hyphen also. If you could have read good literature, आपको याद आएंगे, definitely याद आएंगे, आप लिखिए, keep on writing. Now we are coming to root words. A root is a basis of a new word, but it does not typically form a stand-alone word of its on its own. Usko basically it is added and it does not have its own identity and it cannot stand alone. For example, the word reject is made up of prefix re and the Latin root ject. तो जेक्ट ये लैटिन से इंग्लिश में लाया गया है और जब हम उसको आर ई कनेक्ट करते हैं तब होता है रिजेक्ट, विच इज नॉट अ स्टैंड अलोन वर्ड. जेई सिटी को भी कोई मतलब नहीं है और आर ई को भी सिंगली कोई मतलब नहीं है. It is not a stand-alone word. So when we combine a prefix or suffix and add a root word to it, तभी हमको एक पूरा word बनता है. 10 common root words that we we are going to discuss here. Students, just give me 1 second. Okay. Uh, I'll just be back in 1 minute. Just give me a break of 1 minute. Yes. Sorry for the. Yes. Now, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes. So we are discussing 10 common root words here. Again, I am telling you there are hundreds and hundreds of root words, but I have shortlisted few for you. For example, bio, auto, phone, tele, geo, photo, whack, script, wit, port, and sense, sent. So basically, bio, wherever we use this word, root word as bio, it means life, biology, biochemistry. Okay. Auto means automation, automatic. It means self learning. I mean, that is done by self. Phone, when you add this root word to a new word, it tells more about the sound. Tele means distance, that is telephone. If we say, it means something that we are talking about a particular distance. Geo, we are talking about earth. When we are talking about earth, geology. Okay. Geography. Then photo, it is photo sun, photo light, we are talking about light. So when you have these kinds of words, they have a certain meaning, but they cannot stand alone, as I have already told you. सिर्फ बायो इस शब्द को कोई मतलब नहीं है. ऑटो, फोन, टेली, इन सारे शब्दों को खुद का कोई मतलब नहीं है. If they are added to another word, then you get the meaning of these words. Now, as you know, English is a language where exceptions are always and always there. So there are certain root words that can stand alone. So these are few examples that I've taken. Act, to move or to do, actor, acting, reenact. So ऐसे बहुत कम शब्द हैं जो stand alone होते हैं. तो वही शब्द मैं आपके लिए लेके आई हूँ आज यहाँ पे. So आप you can just note down. I'm going slow. Ego, that is egoistic, egocentric, egomaniac. ये वर्ड्स ईगो से बनते हैं, पर ईगो इस वर्ड को खुद का भी कोई मीनिंग है, एंड दैट इज व्हाई इट कैन स्टैंड अलोन ऑन इट्स ओन. लीगल, related to law, इलीगल, लीगैलिटीज, पैरालीगल। तो सिर्फ लीगल भी अगर हम यूज करते हैं तो उसको भी अपना एक मीनिंग है, विदाउट, आई मीन यू कैन ऐड different words and make new words out of it. Still legal have some meaning. Phobia, that is fear, we all know. Arachnophobia, claustrophobia, hygrophobia. So these words can be made from phobia, but then phobia को भी एक अपना खुद का मीनिंग है. तो इंग्लिश ये ऐसा लैंग्वेज, ऐसी लैंग्वेज है जहाँ पे बहुत सारे एक्सेप्शंस हैं, तो ये भी आपको एक एक्सेप्शंस जैसे ही मिलेंगे. Root words as word stems. What does this mean? Now, English language is derived basically from Latin and Greek. So, क्या हुआ है कि you will find that roots listed below, I'm going to have this list, are from Greek and Latin and can't stand alone in English. They have to be added to few words. They need something joined to them to make a whole word in English. इंग्लिश में अगर कोई शब्द बनाना है तो उनको किसी सहारे की जरूरत पड़ती है, उनको डिपेंडेंसी है कि उनको कोई और वर्ड्स लगेंगे जिसकी वजह से वो एक इंग्लिश वर्ड बना पाए. जैसे acri. Acri means bitter. So it is acrid, acrimony, acridity. So these are the words that you आपको add करने पड़ेंगे ताकि आपको नए words मिले. Astro, we are talking about stars, astronaut, astronomy, astrophysics, astrology. You can add more. Okay. Micro, बहुत छोटा सा. Micro means very small. So microbiology, microcosm, microscope. Okay. Multi, many, as we can say, multilingual, multiple, multifaceted. These are all root words. Tele, as I told you, far distance. So telephone, telegraph, television, all these words that I have taken down now, acri, astro, micro, they cannot be used singly. They have to be added to certain words to make some meaning or some meaningful words. Otherwise, उनको खुद का कोई meaning नहीं है. With this, I come to the end of my today's session, and in a very crisp and short manner, in a brief manner, I think I have tried to give you a brief introduction about suffixes, prefixes, and root words. And I'm very assured that if you learn language, you will be successful in your life, as particularly English language is becoming globally very, very important for all of you to understand. And as Edmund D. Wall had said, with languages you are at home anywhere. Thank you so much for this opportunity, to Dr. Sardesh Pandey madam and Nafde madam. And yes, happy Diwali to one and all present here.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, thank you, Dr. Shraddha Deshpande, for making things so easy, and you really made grammar interesting. And you gave us so many rules. Actually, once you know the rules, actually, students find rules very difficult, but once you know the rules, you will enjoy how the words are made. And if you know then you get into the habit of finding out the meaning from the Latin words, from the root words. That becomes really interesting. It is fun. It becomes a game for you to find out the meanings once you know the Latin and Greek words. So thank you very much for making prefixes, suffixes, and root words so interesting, ma'am. And with this session, we have completed the BCom English series today, friends. And if you wish, we will be starting with our assessment series also. So you will be getting some question papers, objective type, on Google Forms, so that you will be able to answer different questions from different lessons. So we'll meet again on Google Form. Till then, happy Diwali, enjoy your sessions, enjoy, happy learning too. So bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.